It's Valentine's Day. Love is in the air. Hope you have a love. If you don't have a love, you got me. I apologize for that. A lot of people are in love, hooking up, having a good time, having a mixtape, probably streaming on Spotify, a Spotify playlist. If so, tell me what the playlist you guys are using for Spotify. I'm old school. I think I'm gonna give y'all like a mixtape, not even a mix CD, a mixtape where you had to turn it around. Hold on, baby, I got put on the B side. So if you had a playlist, a streaming playlist, or a mixtape, or a mix CD, but you're going to choose one artist in their slow songs, who would it be? I'll kick it off. I am choosing Jodeci. Jodeci was great, and I'll give you a little history. So Jodeci, when their debut album came out, Forever My Lady, there was two other debut albums that came out that day or that week. It was Boyz II Men's Cool Eye Harmony and Color Me Bad's debut album. And people goof on Color Me Bad. No, Color Me Bad was cool, man. Like, I don't know why people goof on them. If you go back to those songs, I Adore was good. I Want to Sex You Up was good. They weren't Jodeci and they weren't Boyz II Men, but Color Me Bad was cool. My man at least looks like Jelly Roll now. Just without the tattoos. Man, he was a cool dude, man. He was cool and slim, and now he's husky. Shout out to Color Me Bad. So I want to give y'all my Jodeci mixtape. And feel free to use it. If you are a young singer and you don't know, and you listen to young singers today, it's like, I don't know. My voice is actually better than a lot of these singers today. Go listen to Jodeci's first 3 albums. You're going to learn a lot from JoJo Hailey and K-Ci Hailey. They are fantastic singers. So if you can really sing in 2025, go back to the 90s. And not just Jodeci, Boyz II Men, Silk, Joe. There was so many dudes back then who can sing. It was just ridiculous, the abundance of singers we had. Shy is great. Oh my God. Okay, let's stay with Jodeci. Okay, so here's my 10 Jodeci songs I want to give you. The very first album, their debut album. And these guys were, 19, 20 years old when this dropped. Forever My Lady, Stay, Come and Talk to Me, I'm Still Waiting, and You and I. People always go to like Forever My Lady and Stay and Come and Talk to Me. And Come and Talk to Me, the regular version and the remix, done by Puffy, oddly enough. Because it was great. The remix is great. You and I is fantastic. We don't hear You and I, and we do not hear that song enough. So don't focus on that song. And the lyrics are so good. And I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. Come on back. I'm on my. Oh, I love hearing K-Ci and JoJo singing, man, because they sing with such heart. That's the thing that's missing today. And there's some good singers today, but the heart is missing. Come on back. So that's 5 songs off that first album. Shout out to Forever My Lady, too, because I'll Be Sure wrote that for Kim Porter because she was pregnant with their kid, Quincy. And it's weird because Quincy and Al look just alike, but, their relationship was strained. And Puffy, when Kim got with Puffy basically became his father in a lot of ways. So I don't know, man. It's kind of weird that, he wrote that song for Kim. Puffy took Kim, or Kim left Al for Puff. And then now Kim's gone. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff. So, okay, that's the first album. Second album, Diary of a Madman. That's underrated. We got 3 songs off that album. We got Feenin, Cry for You, and My Heart Belongs to You. My Heart Belongs to You it rides a rhythm. It's just so good. Feenin is the video where they're all in straitjackets in an insane asylum. I can't love. Shout out to K-Ci Hailey with them high vocals that I can't hit. It's so good. And what's the last one? Cry for You. That's the one they were in the desert. Every time I hear these songs, I just feel like I need to just buy some big black boots, wear jeans 2 sizes bigger than me, an oversized, an oversized sweatshirt and just stomping the stage like K-Ci. Baby, I'm begging, baby, I'm begging, begging, begging. Oh, those songs are so good. I'm giving y'all real classic stuff. So that's the second album. Then we get to the last album, the After Party album, which turns 30 years old. The After Party album is 30 years old. That has 2 songs on it. It seems like every album, the first album had the most, and then each album after that they had less and less. But it was still great. After Party, they had Freek'n You. Freek'n You, like they said in here, like Freek'n You will always be my favorite part, the instrumental. The instrumental part of Freek'n You is fantastic because they had guitar in it and the beat. Oh, and then the beginning part. Every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so hot. I can get you out of my mind because sex you is all I see. K-Ci Hailey. Get up for K-Ci Hailey. That guy was so good, man. So good. I love Jodeci. I love him, man. I love him because they come off that Bobby Brown tree. They were, when Puffy put together, because they were already a group, and then when he styled them, he basically styled them like 4 Bobby Browns. That's who they were. Like, because man, they were dressed like rappers, man. They were dressed like rappers, but they sang like the gods. Man. Okay, and the second song off that album, Love You for Life. Love You for Life. That's the video where Mr. Dalvin married T-Boz. And they were actually married. They were actually dating at the time. But it was wild because they were dating. It's like, wow, I wonder if they're going to get married. Because, she was TLC, he was Jodeci, those two of the biggest groups in the world. It's fantastic. But then she ended up marrying Mac 10. Oh, man, I was like, Mac 10? T-Boz went from Mr. Dalvin to Mac 10? How does this happen? But Mac 10, Mac 10 was probably more hood than Mr. Dalvin. Mr. Dalvin's probably, because I think Jodeci came from like South Carolina, North Carolina, I think. So he was more Southern, and Mac 10 was from the West Coast, from representing the West. They had a kid. They were married for a while, but man, that marriage crashed and burned. Should have married Mr. Dalvin. But shout out to T-Boz. I hope she's doing okay. She had an illness over the past few years. I forget what it was, but last time I seen her, she looked fine. But shout out to T-Boz, man. So that is my Jodeci mixtape amongst all the jokes. So if you had an artist, one artist, you can't have multiple artists. I need one artist that you could do a mixtape or a Spotify playlist or anything. One artist. Who would that person be? Of the newer people, I think you could put together one for Beyonce, Bruno, maybe The Weeknd. Definitely, probably. Of all of them, I would probably choose The Weeknd. The Weeknd got enough songs where you can make a solid mixtape by The Weeknd. And my number one song by him would probably be "Earned It." Girl, you earned it. You're always worth it, and you deserve it. Shout out to The Weeknd. Shout out to Jodeci, K-Ci, JoJo, Dalvin, Mr. Dalvin, and DeVante Swing. I miss the 90s.